What is up, you guys? This is Colton from Epics. We're doing pretty good in Clan Wars right now. If I go to see where we are, we're 61st in the world right now, which is pretty good. And right now, our Clan War that we're in is actually looking pretty darn good. If I go over to war, right now we're in first. Yeah, we got a decent lead. So I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. But what I want to do today is I just want to share a couple replays with you, and I might even do one live battle. We'll see. I just wanted to start off with the replays. It's a really good replay. It just has some strategy in it that you may have not thought of if you're a Sparky user, maybe a Sparky Giant user. If you don't have Fireball, Zap, or Lightning, it can be pretty difficult to face 3M, at least from my experience. So what I wanted to do is share my experience and thoughts so far. So let's get into it here. I decided to drop my Sparky because a lot of the time when you see a bomber, they're going to drop some sort of tank in front of it. In this case, he didn't. So I just let that go, and I decide I'm going to try to turn this into a push. I'm at full elixir with a Sparky on the board, which basically means I had a 4 elixir advantage, even though he had a pump down. So now I'm going to be at a really big disadvantage, but that's okay. My Giant's going to pound away at the tower. I can take out that Night Witch. So I'm not super worried. And my Tornado is going to be able to clean this up. Now, this is what's important. He splits his barbarians, so I don't want to place a giant yet. So I decide let's watch and kind of see what I do here for a strategy. I place my Ice Spirit, but then what's important is I want those 3 musketeers to target my giant. So I place it precisely there. So all 3 musketeers are shooting my giant. So that lets me, I have my bats and I have my minions to help take that out. So as you can see, I do my minions on one side and my bats on the other. Had that switched around, but the idea is the same. It basically shuts down his push. He does have a pump advantage on me, but that's okay. I can tell right now how far behind I am in elixir because he could place a golem and I can't even place a Sparky yet. So I don't want to place it too fast because he could rush the other side and completely wipe me out. I wait and do a pretty aggressive Sparky. I have my Tornado, I have my Ice Spirit. So timing's key here. Tornado everything together. I didn't really need to zap there. And I had to use an Ice Spirit to finish off the bomber because Tornado and Zap does not kill a bomber, unfortunately for me. Now here's another thing. The Giant's in front. I have Tornado in hand. So what I do here, I Tornado it all together. They're still going to stay locked onto the Giant, and I'm able to get a shot off. He uses his arrows, so I'm fairly safe to use my air units because he does not have Zap in this deck at all. And I learned that earlier in the match. So that's pretty much that replay. He gives up after that. But it was a pretty good battle. 3 Musketeers is definitely one of my harder matchups. Along with Mortar, which I still believe needs a nerf. And then there's this one. This one was 3 Musketeers as well. P.E.K.K.A. doesn't scare me that much. And you don't even necessarily have to be afraid to put down your giant if you know they have P.E.K.K.A. in hand. At least with this deck. Because you have Ice Spirit, you have Tornado, and you can really manipulate the arena the way you want it to be. Right now, I don't know what he has. When he has E-Barbs like this, I could have waited another second or so, but I do it a little bit early. So they do get quite a few swings on my giant, but I'm able to pull the E-Barbs to the other side. And Generally, I'm pretty far ahead, so I'm going to do a pretty aggressive push here and kind of go all in and hope to take a tower. But he actually does a really good job shutting me down here with all his little troops. And my idea here, he zapped. I didn't know he was gonna zap. My idea was to tornado him within range of the tower and get a shot off on the tower. But didn't work out, but I'm not concerned. And archers will clean up this P.E.K.K.A. So he definitely has, an elixir lead. So I have to be very patient. So he wasted quite a few elixir there. I don't think he really knew how far behind I was, because he was waiting to see my Sparky, because he thinks I can't get a push because he has a P.E.K.K.A. down that lane. But that honestly doesn't even scare me. I'll place my giant in front of it still. I still like to drop on the farthest out corner, so the pull is as difficult as possible. Otherwise, you can pull pretty far. But tornadoing that P.E.K.K.A. away is fairly key. He used his zap, so because he used his zap, I'm going to throw my bats down. He logged, which isn't a big deal. So I think he does a fireball here and cleans up most of it, so I don't get too much damage here. I placed my giant. I was a few elixir ahead, so I wanted to take advantage of that. Now he's just going all in, hoping that I'm getting caught short-handed. I guess he didn't realize I was so far ahead in elixir. So what I'm able to do here is he logs, I tornado, and then I place my bats and immediately zap. And the zap is enough to reset the Three Musketeers so that my bats can do some serious damage on them. If you place your bats and zap pretty much right away, that's what you can do. I decided to pull with another giant. My timing was a little off, so he does get a little bit of damage here, but he's gone all in too much. So I'm just going to spend all my elixir and clean up that tower, or get it close to. So those were the two replays I wanted to show you. Maybe live. There's another great Sparky player in my clan named Christopher. So this is his deck. I actually haven't watched this replay, but he wanted me to watch this one. So I'm going to watch it and do my live kind of commentary on what I think. So probably actually not the best for that guy. He probably wants to save that for the RG to distract. And that's fine. Chris and I have very different decks. This is one he's using right now that seems to work for him. The way Chris put it is he made it sound like he pulled this game out of his ass, which is very interesting. Shut that down pretty darn good, actually. No, that was good. So it doesn't lock onto the tower there. But he didn't play the tombstone. I would have thought it would have been in that guy's best interest to play the tombstone, but maybe he's trying to use the archers to DPS the RG. I don't have as much experience with the RG. It's interesting. He's using the skeleton barrel almost as a distraction, not really as an offensive use. This guy only has a level 8 tombstone, which is actually quite sad for a level 13. So I guess this is, if you're a Sparky user and you're looking for another deck, this could be another deck you might be interested in if you do have a maxed RG, because there is RG Sparky users that go up pretty high here in trophies. Over 4,900, I'd say fairly easy. He has to use his log. But that tombstone does a really good job at pulling that. It's a pretty good pull. Questionable spear goblins. I'd say it's a difficult matchup. Baby Dragon's always hard. Earlier this season, that was... I don't know what you were doing there, Chris. That was a big pull. So I don't know about that. I think Chris made a mistake there, so he's going to try to go all in. And that tombstone to pull it, actually that was pretty clutch. I do like that win. That was pretty good. I don't know if that was a misplay or that's what you were planning on doing, but it actually worked out pretty good. So good game, Chris. And maybe what I'll do, I'll hop into one live, and if I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. I'm only doing one. I'd like to get to 5,200 this season. I'm only at 5,129, so YOLO. Let's do it. See how it goes. It's getting pretty hard right now. I don't like sitting on full elixir very often here, so I'm just going to do a Naked Ice Spirit. Hopefully make him react. If he doesn't place anything, he did. Because I placed my Spirit, he played that. Now I have my Bats, which should take off the shield. This is going to be a problem. Oh, that is rough. This is not good for me. That's okay. Not too much damage. I just need to be careful now. He did a really good job of shutting me down. I'm not going to get a shot there. So I really need to save my Sparky for his Giant. It was a good play by him for playing Giant at the bridge. He's going to take advantage if I'm low on elixir. I can already tell. He's probably going to play Giant at the bridge again. I don't know if he can afford that. And I don't know if I can afford this Giant. If I did the Giant here, which I am going to, he's probably going to be able to shut it down regardless. And I'm probably maybe get one swing with the Giant if I'm lucky. 1, 2. Yeah, so I'm not going to get any more damage there. The princes are definitely hard for me. They're really powerful, and they probably need a nerf. There we go. I don't mind that, because I have Ice Spirit. I have my Giant to pull. I just need to... be really careful about my placement here. Oh! That was bloody clutch. I am so fortunate there that my Giant squeaked in front of it. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Yeah. All right, Clash on. Hope you guys liked the video. All right, take care, guys.